catches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the trade, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul, but when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yeah. Welcome to the Basement Sports Network post-game show. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd. And I'm a bit fucking confused about what I just watched. The final score says the Heat won, but everything in me feels like they lost this game. This felt like a tragedy. And it feels like we are on a death march to the end of the season. I did not enjoy watching this game. I did not have fun watching it. I bitched and moaned the whole time I was watching it. But maybe we got some different opinions. Maybe some people did like it. We don't know. So let's bring on the panel. Starting off, we got my dog, Jess. Jess, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. It was sloppy basketball. It was one of those, like you said, kind of not enjoyable games to watch. That was a win, because the only two people that could score on that team are the two big white guys. So,
just speaking of scoring, I saw something on the timeline today. I ain't gonna say no name, but somebody was a former high school and collegiate hooper, and I thought I saw something around the lines of 47% from the 3-point line. Miami, if you got a 10-day out here, I need that. Because Kevin Love ain't it. Also, he's here, as usual, at Donardo. Bro, hurry up.
Yeah, no, you said it perfectly. I'm confused, too. Utah had 3 7-footers out there to end the game. I thought they was about to bust our ass, but hey, not tonight. Maybe next time.
Thank you for keeping that short and sweet. Do that with everything that comes out of your mouth this evening. Also, Stone, I don't know why you look like a member of the Bloods, but the boy coming in here, gang banging out, boy Stone, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I had to rep my D-Wade jersey because he owns the team that we just played. I got to support Black-owned businesses wherever I can. So that's what I was doing tonight. It was an unfortunate outcome. But, like you said, it felt like the Jazz won the game, and there's a lot for us to look forward to moving forward.
Come through, Stone. Supporting Black-owned businesses. Fuck the Oscars. Angela Bassett should have won. And rounding out this panel, of course, I call him my two-guard now, ladies and gentlemen. My boy, TJ. TJ, how you feeling today, my boy?
Hey, man, these niggas got me drinking coffee at 10 p.m. Shout out to that boy Big Techio though. My dog Techio put what was it, like 20 something on Bam head? Let me check. Let me confirm. 23 points on Bam Adebayo's head. Shout out to Big Techio. What a game this was. I just wish that they would lose these games. That's what will warm the heart instead of winning. But nevertheless, I'm good, man.
Yo, it was almost impossible for me to find that boy Big Techio on the roster. I had never heard of this man before. Beautiful work at Donardo. I'll give you your flowers on this one, my boy. Elite work. As soon as that boy started cooking, start cooking, and that shit was on the timeline. So we want to thank Alex Campbell with the $4.99 dono. He said, trade all these dudes. I need real generational talent. You won't get it this year, next year. It's going to take some time for them to get up for some of these guys, but, it is what it is, bro. Dan the Film Gent with the $5 dono. I'm gonna start giving you the moniker. Consistency is key because you always in here. You always showing a little love with the donos. So you get the title this year. Dan, be like Dan the Film Gent, ladies and gentlemen. Consistency is key. My boy say oompa loompa doompa dee doo. This entire Heat squad won for you. They didn't win for me. Oompa loompa doompa dee dee. Tyler Herro can't chuck a 3. Except for clutch shots. Okay, listen, brother. Y'all can call it clutch all you want to. I call that a bitch heaving a prayer up there. Like, because goddamn, he couldn't hit a fucking thing tonight. I was irate when that boy left his feet for that shot because he was shooting terrible, ended the night shooting terrible, and yet that narrative is going to stick out when people talk about he hit a clutch shot. That was not clutch. That was luck. Alex Campbell again with the $4.99 dono. He said, when I realized Lowry closer to Bam than Bam is to those top 15, I saw the light. Nah, none of these guys build the material for me. That's a tough one. So let's talk about the game in and of itself. Like, I don't really know where to start. So we're going to start with TJ. TJ, give me your thoughts on the game, bro.
Bam Adebayo sucked for about 3.5 quarters. Then he decided he wanted to do things, but the mental errors were still there. Kyle Lowry decided he wanted to show up for the fourth quarter, got you 2 buckets, and I didn't see him for the rest of the game. I'm tired of Erik Reed gassing this boy up like he's the next coming of King Jesus, like he's a real point guard, like he's a floor general. I watched this man make a regular NBA pass, and you would have thought that he made a full court no look oop. I don't know what's going on. Jimmy Butler had to do Jimmy Butler things again, and these boys, it took a Bam Adebayo game saving a blocking against the Utah Jazz, ladies and gentlemen. If that ain't cooked 101, I don't know what it is. I don't know with this team. I don't like watching Miami Heat basketball. Everything they do seems difficult, bro. Getting off of screens looks difficult. Scoring seems difficult. Making a simple bounce pass seems difficult. Running to the rim when there's nobody in the paint is difficult. Everything they do is difficult. It looked like a layup line for Utah half the damn game. I don't know, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of this team, bro. I can't wait for the season to be over. I know it's going to be tough to create content when the season over, but my Lord, I can't keep dealing with this, bro. The play-in can't come soon enough. They're going to be 1-out, and I can't wait, brother.
Playoffs? Them games versus Atlanta gonna crush y'all soul in that play-in tournament. I'm not even gonna lie to you. My boy Ricky J. Mark. That's the chairman of the Cain gang, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all respect my boy with the $1.99 dono. He said, I need some Hooper Jess highlights, dunks, or get the fuck out. Listen, bro. First of all, Jess is about 5'3". You ain't getting no dunks, brother. You hear what I said? 47% from behind the arc. My dog got a clip. Fuck is you talking about? Put out there. Shoot that bitch, Jess. That's all. You're doing more than Kevin Love. Jess, give me your thoughts on the game tonight.
You know, it was not good basketball. It's not fun to watch. Twan said like perfectly, like that everything seems so hard for us. Like why they make this game just look difficult. And like I don't understand it. We let a man who, thank you, Erik Reed, for letting us know he was averaging 4 points per game. This guy barely saw the floor, and we literally enable these random scrub Heat killers because they have their best game against us consistently, and that is not a coincidence. We don't play any defense. We let these guys get like excited and get a big hag, and they just shit on us like every time. So I mean, that was disturbing. I've never heard of this guy in my life. This happens all the time. It was very disturbing. Markkanen, look, if I say one thing about that team, I am very jealous that they have a 7-foot guy that can hit threes, that can get to the basket, that can play. It's like that guy is like a unicorn. Like I don't know where you get that, but like it was unbelievable to watch. Part of it was our lack of defense, but he was also great. So he was enjoyable to watch. If he wasn't just about to single-handedly, destroy us. But some guys had an okay game. Some guys didn't. Like, Bam, just not good enough. Jimmy was struggling. I mean, then he had some shots going in. So, he usually gets his shit together. But everyone just looked like they were kind of struggling, not playing good basketball. I don't know what the turnover numbers were, but I felt like we threw the ball away a lot. Felt like both teams did. It just felt like really, really sloppy. So we came out with the dub. But, yeah, it was one of those nights. So
Miami had 13 turnovers and Utah had 18 turnovers to that point. So this game was indeed
That feels
horrifically
low.
sloppy.
yeah,
It does, because the game was just ugly all around. You called Lowry Marketing a unicorn. They used to call Kristaps Porzingis a unicorn too. Just won't put that out there. So
He was. His legs was made of glass.
hey, bro. All I'm saying is this is the first time we done seen Lowry play like this. Let's pump our brakes before we
He was
start
the
putting
only
all these
all-star on the
accolades.
court tonight.
He was the best white on the floor too. Just putting that out there. Y'all Wonder Boy was like the fourth best white out there.
Why you got to do that, yo?
Because he was, bro. Like am I lying, bro? Am I lying?
Can you just read the dodo, Roy? Why you?
I am, bro. I'm
bro.
finna read it, bro. Dan the film chick, consistency is key, ladies and gentlemen. With the $5 dono, he said, in the words of the Beatles, all you need is love. Love is all you need. Me, Cap. You straight, you damn straight. Boy, don't need that. I don't need none of that. Thank you, JGB Respect, one of the MVPs of this thing. For the $9.99 dono, he said, wish we had some actual talent and chemistry on this roster. You and me both, my dude. Donato, your turn, brother. Give me your thoughts on the game tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna pile on with what Jess and Twan were saying because it's spot on. I mean, every time there was an open Abaji three, it seemed to be followed by a contested three by Tyler Herro. Tyler Herro shot 2 of 10 tonight. What did Justin put in that banner? Here we go. Here we go again, just to try to start the shit, man. Hey, Tyler Herro shot 2 of 10 tonight. Somehow it felt way worse than that. Kyle Lowry, to the naked eye, someone might think that he had a decent game tonight. He was the worst plus minus on the team today with a -8, tied with Max Strus, who somehow in 7 minutes of play was also -8. God damn, he's terrible. And Bam Adebayo, when he doesn't roll to the basket, they throw it to him. When he rolls to the basket, he don't get it. And then you watch after the turnover on the opposing play, you got the Jazz big men doing pick and rolls to each other. I don't know why that team looks so much smoother on offense with their star players than Miami does, but that was really the saddest part for me. But hey, Gabe Vincent shot the lights out, and that's what it takes to barely get a win nowadays. So they did that.
You said that big man. They start 3 of them holes out there, bro. Like at the beginning of the game, didn't they have Kessler on Jimmy Butler? It's fucking grotesque, bro. Like it's gross to watch people be able to do that to our team because we can't shoot. Stone, give me your thoughts on the game tonight, bro.
Every single player on the team registered 1 turnover except for Omer Yurtseven. Wow. And Max Strus. That was my one upshot from this game. He only played 7 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to send him Rosetta Stone. He needs to pick up a new language because he will not be playing in the continental U.S. next season. That goes doubly, especially triple mega so for Victor Oladipo, who honestly doesn't even belong on a basketball court. I don't know who he
was 4-5 tonight, Stone.
I don't know who he thinks he is with these skip passes in the middle of the lane, but I watched him turn over just 2 very easy Bam layups. I don't get it. I don't get who he thinks he is. He makes these insane passes like they're going to just get through people. Exactly. And so I see Strus going there. Oladipo can take his 4 for 5 there. Man, Omer Yurtseven, he already know another language. He can just go home. He's awful. I know he always picks up fouls quicker than any other player I've ever seen. Except for Dwayne Dedman. Those two that would be an insane race right there. Like
55 too, Stone.
Yeah. Where do we find it? Do we develop the skill? Is it just like, let's grab people? I don't understand it. These guys are just completely lost. Don't they understand that not touching someone's better than taking the foul? And they're probably going to score because the guys that are fouling are not good athletes. They're not. And they're usually undersized. And so they're grabbing. And so it's usually an and one. It's not just the herd of he's now in foul trouble. It's also wow, 2 points. Larry Markkinen's waltzing his way. He had 15 free throws tonight. It just why are you fouling him? I'm sorry, I misread that. That was Jimmy who had 15 free throws.
Yeah.
Sorry, Markkinen had 6 free throws. Still, why are you fouling this man? 38 points for him. He made the game look effortless. I really like his game. I'd be willing to sell the farm to get him here. I don't care who that involves. He was the best player on the court tonight. I feel like he's shown me it over the course of a season. I really like what I saw from him tonight, and he was confident shooting it. He found different spots where he looked confident shooting the ball and just nothing but net. And that's what I want for my guys. None of this step back, prayer chucking, just brick after brick after brick until, the broken clock works twice a day. And that's
Tyler
what
Ball.
our team is.
Tyler Ball. Just throw it at the rim as many times as humanly possible in the minutes that you're playing. And the law of averages will say that you're going to get at least some of them.
He took the most shots on the team tonight. It doesn't make any sense.
What a surprise.
It makes no sense when you're 2 for 10 from 3.
You don't say, Stone. He shot more than everybody. Everybody. You don't say, Stone. I like this comment from Adrian. He says, Spo played 10 tonight, but they need to get down to a tight 8-man rotation.
Why?
Here's the problem, Adrian. Here's the problem, Adrian. Who are the 8? you can't take. So let's say you take Max Strus out the rotation. Okay, now you have no designated shooter. You can say Tyler, but he can't shoot right now. You can't take Victor Oladipo out because then you lose bench perimeter defense. You take Kyle Lowry out.
Yes.
He's playing okay out the bench. I would take his ass out. Omer Yurtseven is the easy one. You can get his ass up out of there. But then you don't have a backup center, and you got Kevin Love and Bam playing the power rotation the whole game. The problem with this team is you don't have enough functional, talented players to be able to whittle the rotation down enough. You have to play 10 because you need the different skill sets of 10 different players to compensate for what the other 9 lack. Want to thank the nasty man, Darius Jordan, with the $5 dono. He said Tyler ISO at the end of the game until turnover was God tier. My brother, I'm trying not to do the Tyler Herro thing. Look, don't do it. Justin, leave him alone, bro. Let him chill. Let him chill tonight. I'm trying not to do the Tyler Herro thing, even though it's going to happen organically. But I want to talk about Tyler Herro, TJ. Why does he play like this? Why?
Roy, who else going to do it, bro? You want Gabe
Jimmy.
to do it? No.
Yeah, I would prefer. I would have preferred Gabe tonight. Gabe was cooking.
So you would rather, have role players. You rather have role players taking 10
Tyler's
threes.
a role player.
No, stop
Tyler's
the
a
cap.
role player.
No, he's not.
He is a role player.
That's not
He's
the
high-level
role.
player.
That's not the role he's asked to play here, bro.
What is Tyler Herro, TJ? Right
Tyler
now,
Herro
in front of all the holes. What is Tyler Herro?
He's a good basketball player who's asked to do way too much for his skill set. That's what he is.
Okay, go ahead. Continue with your shit about Tyler Herro. Since
He's
this game tonight.
Okay. Did he shoot bad? Yes. yes, he did.
Doesn't he always? Yes.
I mean, recently, yeah. But bro, he's the only one. He's the only one in theory who can do the things that he's asked to do. He's the only one capable. You're not going to ask Victor Oladipo to run a ball screen and maybe take a 3. If he does, then we're going to be on postgame screaming, why is Victor Oladipo taking so many pull-ups? If Gabe Vincent is that guy, we know Gabe Vincent don't shoot good enough to consistently take pull-ups, then we'll be on postgame yelling, why is Gabe Vincent taking all these pull-ups? We can yell about Tyler, taking all these shots because
real quick.
Yeah,
both of those players you named were better from 3 tonight than Tyler Herro.
It's one night, sir. Let's look at the averages.
Hey, on a game-to-game basis, why can't he determine who has it going and let them have it going? Why does he have to be like,
that's not
why
me.
gotta do that?
That's not for me to decide. You feel me? I'm not saying that Tyler Herro makes great decisions. I'm never saying that. However, he's the only one with the skill set to do the things that he does. The problem is he just does it all the time and he don't got no awareness whatsoever. He don't just stop shooting. Maybe I'll got it tonight. No, he always got it. You feel me? He got Dion Waiters syndrome, except Dion was him. The problem is Tyler Herro is not.
So Tyler Herro is worse basketball player than Dion Waiters, and yet people want him to be our third best player.
Yes.
I'd take Dion back.
Over Tyler? Me too. Champ cheese. Thank you to Coolest, my dog, for the $5 dono that Jimmy got to work and then decided to take his hair out. I ain't taking this team serious ever again. Please lose out. Listen, Jimmy's hair was a topic of conversation because that game was not it. Talk about Tyler, Jess. Where are you on this Tyler thing? He sucks.
I don't usually disagree with Twan, but number one, I'm keeping Tyler over Dion Waiters. I could not stand Dion Waiters. I don't want him ever in a Heat jersey. Ever.
You don't know ball, that's why.
I might not, but
you can play, you just don't know nothing about
if it's between them, he could stay. Mind you, he almost took the same amount of shots as he had points tonight, which I hate to say, and I might not make a good example here because I don't know who it would be, but I feel like someone else on this team could take 16 shots and score more points. I just think that there are other people who could do that and be more effective at it, because I think the announcers butchered one of my favorite sayings of having short-term memory when you miss shots, keep shooting, don't just give up there. But it's he does it to such an extreme. He's let me take 10 more shots after I've missed 10 shots. So I just, I said it last stream. I don't think that he can find this happy medium. And I don't really know what is the Heat asking of him, because I just feel like he's always trying to do too much. Every game I leave saying he was trying to do too much, but yeah, and I'm genuinely asking because I don't know what his real responsibilities are. We've debated a little. Is he really our third option? Which we kind of all agreed that he was, but it's what are we really asking of him? And is he trying to do too much? Like you said, is he maybe just not good enough to do what we're asking of him? But I don't really know what we're asking him to do. And I feel he's almost taking it upon himself to shoot a shit ton of shots every game, the most on the team all the time.
But that's what I'm saying though. He's our third option in terms of production. Not in terms of function. In function, he plays like he's the number one option, bro. That is the problem.
Yeah.
Go ahead, TJ. Defend that shit.
But again, y'all making me look bad, bro. I'm not defending Tyler Herro. I am not.
Yes, you are. You are a stand.
Technically, I'm not a stand.
I'm mailing you this jersey. I'm mailing you the jersey, bro.
You're not gonna throw that slam over, man. You're not gonna do that to me.
We're gonna start playing. We're gonna start playing Jack Harlow every time you get on here. Whenever you decide you're gonna do a sermon, you're gonna hear.
Okay. So I have a question. Are you gonna run? No, we're not doing this. I am not the Tyler Herro stand. Get Threat on here.
Okay. My bad.
But if you're gonna run pick and roll with Jimmy Butler, right? If you run pick and roll with Jimmy Butler, the nation of Israel is going under that. We're just gonna go under, and we're gonna sit there and wait for you. If you want to take mid-range jumpers all day, if you want to take them weak-ass standing threes, by all means, that's a good look for us, right? So you don't want to inverse that. Okay, let's run pick and roll with Bam Adebayo. Same shit. Different that. You want to run it with Gabe Vincent? By all means, let Gabe Vincent shoot 15 shots. Kevin Love is just going to be a screener. He's going to screen and pop or screen and do the little pump fake and get. So Tyler Herro is the only guy who, if he comes off a screen, you actually got to go guard that. In theory, he's not making the shots.
Do you?
Do you? In theory, and they guard him. They guard him like he can make the shots, right? He's the only one.
No, they don't.
The only one. You don't do that for Victor Oladipo.
They don't guard Tyler Herro like that, bro.
Yeah, they do.
They don't guard Tyler Herro like that no more. No,
yeah, they do.
Bro.
Bro, so Tyler Herro's not seeing traps coming off a pick and roll. He's not seeing traps.
Bro, when he come out the pick and roll, motherfuckers so late coming off of that goddamn screen because they know he's just gonna snake dribble back into traffic. That's what he does, bro.
At the very least, it commands a different coverage. They go over. They go over on Tyler Herro, and it gets a different coverage. Everybody else on the team that going under, they're letting them shoot. Literally everybody else on the team. It don't matter. He's the only one who gets over.
I'm going to go to what's the result of that, though, bro? They're going over on the screen, but he's not doing anything with that space except for closing it by some roundabout way, bro. He always gets out of traffic and dribbles his way back into traffic, bro. Where are you on the Tyler Herro thing? I don't know, bro. I don't even know how to formulate these questions, bro.
Yeah, every now and again, I feel really disgusted with myself because I remember I had the audacity about 4 months ago to say Tyler Herro would make the All-Star team. Listen, this guy has to get in touch with me and my people because his.
You know who else said that? You know who else said that?
See, he don't want to take credit for that now. You don't want to take credit for that, but back in the day, he was.
That was weird. You might as well just keep doing it now, bro. The oddest lob of all time. So we're going to thank the primary sponsor of the Basement Sports Network, Simple Health Advisors. Ladies and gentlemen, insurance does not need to be complicated. Make sure you email or give our guy James Pugh a call today at jpugh@simplehealthadvisors.com or give him a phone call at 321-345-7738. Make sure you tell him that the basement sent you, particularly Justin, who couldn't wait to get this sponsor out of the way for some fucking reason in the middle of Ants talking. Thank you very much, James Pugh and the people over at Simple Health Advisors.
Hey,
go ahead,
no bad time to shout out James Pugh, but that was Justin coming to the rescue of Twan over there because I ain't forget what Twan said either. But
I don't know.
Tyler Herro's shit-ups are so his pull-ups are so shitty. He got to go ahead and get in concert with me, my people, because I made this boy his very own product. We could put these on every shelf. I want these in every Walmart in America because his pull-ups are the shittiest thing I've ever seen, and nothing pisses me off more except for Victor Oladipo's pull-ups, who Twan was saying he does not do as many of. Here, Depot took five shots today. 4 of them were threes, and almost all of those were pull-ups too. That's what he's consistently doing every single night. I don't know why that's become his arsenal. Maybe it's because he realizes he can't get to the rim anymore. But anyways, this is about Tyler Herro. Ever since y'all, or really a lot of Heat Twitter started saying the screen merchant stuff a while ago, I started paying really close attention to it. And there was nothing truer in the game of basketball than the second this man touches the basketball, you got about 2 or 3 players coming to set him a screen because they know if they don't, he's going to get his ass locked up. When I saw that the Utah Jazz had Chris Dunn, a guy who is only in the league because of his defense, I knew Tyler Herro was in for hell tonight because that's the exact type of dude that he gets clamped by every single time. And then we saw it tonight with his numbers.
He got qualities, and Chris Dunn has 2 qualities.
And he's athletic.
Me, brother.
He's athletic.
Black, and he got lateral movement.
Oh, I don't see color, so I didn't notice that first part. But anyways,
shut the fuck up, Leonardo.
But I knew he was going to get his ass clamped, and that's what we saw because he took by far the most shots on the team, and you didn't see the makes in the stat sheet. But yeah, it's sad that they're going to pay this man a lot of money. But hey, it is what it is. That's Pat Riley at work.
People are talking about this team needs to make wholesale changes, and they're talking about Tyler Herro being a part of those wholesale changes, which I'm happy to hear that discourse finally coming out. You guys are finally starting to see the light. But the fact remains, he's just got extended. He ain't moving. He finna be here. So y'all got like at least 2 more years of me complaining about him. Thank you, Dan the Film Jet, with the $10 dono. He said, I'm just glad Short Round and George of the Jungle won the Oscar. But yeah, justice for Angela Bassett, one time for the one time, for being screwed yesterday. Hopefully she'll recover with better roles and insurance like see, bro, that's a beautiful line. I should have counted. Like the primary sponsor of the Basement Sports Network, Simple Health Advisors. We'll do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, insurance does not need to be complicated. Make sure y'all email our guy James Pugh or give him a call at 321-345-7738. Email him at jpugh@simplehealthadvisors. Appreciate it. Somebody talking about 5 white boys, but they're not in sync. Exactly. Thank you, Alex Campbell, with the $4.99. Don't know. He said, so we acting like Spo, who would bench Duncan for not shooting enough, is telling Tyler not to shoot. No, he's never going to tell Tyler that. That's not a thing. He's just going to let him do whatever he wants to do. JGB Respects with the $9.99. Don't know. He said, I'm with management. I'm not defending employee 14, but he's the only one of our supposed big 3 that's confidently shoots, even though he's inconsistent. So you rather somebody confidently brick your ass out of games than to just pass the ball to the person who would be better at making the shot, like Bam Adebayo. Work on passing the ball to Bam. Don't shoot it. Work on passing it to Bam. I want to let Stone go, but then I'll come back to you, Jess. Actually, I'll come to you before. It's Women History Month. Go ahead, Jess. We're coming to you first.
All I was going to say is I blame Bam because I don't think he's been taking enough shots. And maybe some of it, like we could take some shots away from Tyler if Bam's actually like hitting those mid-range jump shots or getting fouled or like doing what he needs to do. It looked like he took like 2 or 3 shots in the first half. Like that's unacceptable for him. He can't do that. He's the best player on our team or the second best, whatever. I'm not going to debate about that, but he needs to be taking more shots because Tyler, at the end of the day, like in his defense, like a lot of these guys, like Yurt was there like in front of the basket. He's not going to take a shot. Vic's not going to take a shot a bunch of times. Half the time we're throwing away the ball on like an extra pass that we didn't need to make because they don't want to shoot or they don't want to go to the basket and get fouled or like, I mean, Bam just like he has the ability to, and he needs to take more shots and take over the game because yeah, he's going to have 5 points when he takes 2 shots. You know,
yeah, so, I can talk shit about Tyler being able to pass Bam the ball or whatever, but when he playing like this, I wouldn't throw his ass the ball either. Bam has been fucking terrible. Like that's just the reality of it, bro. Like he's tells a don't put words in my mouth, brother. This is my show. You give me money to say whatever I want to say, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I don't care what you write, JGB respect. I do not care, bro. You can write it unless when you give me $49.99 or better, I will make sure that I, express your thoughts with the utmost respect and all that. But for $10, bro, I'm gonna turn that bitch into whatever I want to be. Oh, look at this. Kai Chisholm. Oh, my bad. I skipped Alex Campbell with the $9.99. Don't know. I'm skipping Stone ass too. Bam not shooting it. Bam not shooting it. That boy don't want to shoot. Stop blaming Tyler for Bam being passive. I'm not blaming Tyler for Bam being passive. I'm blaming Tyler for not having the IQ to understand that he needs to get other people the ball, especially Bam. Look at the last possession. Bam just cleared out for Tyler. I'm not absolving Bam of any blame either. Bam has been terrible. Kachin Chisholm with the $1.99. Don't know. He said, "We the ones respect the tribal chief. I miss Roy. I miss you too, Kachin Chisholm." Yeah, you finna get skipped again, Stone. Go ahead, Torn.
Oh no, I was referencing Kachin Chisholm. Y'all good.
Oh, for sure. Okay, Stone, we're gonna bring you in on this Tyler Herro conversation. What is it, bro? Like, is it the stomach bug that it was the last time that was bothering him? He got the BGs. Is it an injury that we don't know about that will come out later, or is it what I think it is? Which
is what you think it is.
Okay.
I mean, this is an exceptionally long team. Like, he saw a lot of length tonight. Obviously, that's going to disrupt his game. I do want to go in on the Bam point, but I want to separate the two things. Like, I want to separate Bam from Tyler. I want to see Tyler making the right basketball play. There's no excuse for him to not be doing that. Go ahead and make the right play. And when Gabe Vincent bricks the shit out of it in the offseason, hopefully your front office will say, wow, Tyler's making every right play. Let's get him someone that can actually make the shot. And they'll build around you. But when all you're doing is going out there and, being a jackass and chucking up shots, like, there's nothing to build with there. You're playing basketball like Lou Williams. No one's going to build a team around a Lou Williams. He's exciting off the bench, which is where Tyler was and where he had his most success in his career. But if you want to play with the starters, you got to be making the right play consistently. That's it. That's not Bam's fault. Bam takes no fault in that. However, Bam has played like dog shit. And so I don't know if you recall in this game, but the possession before Tyler made the three, of course, he bricked a three. But then before he bricked that three, he got Bam the ball in the post, and Bam freaked out, moved his feet, and traveled. It was a turnover going the other way. Like that. What's wrong with this man? Why does he play like that? Like, that man's so strong and tough. Like, why can't he play like that? Why does he play like a mouse? It's really frustrating to watch sometimes. I want to see him demanding the ball in the post. I don't want to see him coming up out on the arc. Like, where was 38-point Bam? Did he hit his ceiling against Indiana in February 2023? Is that the best we're ever going to see from Bam? I'm starting to worry that it might be. I mean, this has been really bad coming back from the All-Star break. I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect segue to kind of transition us to the Bam conversation, because you're absolutely spot on. Like, ever since this All-Star break, he has been fucking atrocious, bro. And it's like, you want to give him some leniency, bro. You want to give him credit for everything that he did earlier in the season. But it's like, at this point, we're coming down the stretch of the season, big dog. Like, Jimmy's rounded into form. Everything else is falling off a cliff. And if he is not supposed to be able to depend on anybody else, he's supposed to be able to depend on the guy who's kind of been carrying the team the whole season. And Bam has just not done that. So I'm coming to you this time, and after I get to this dono. B&B with the $10 dono, he said this win did not make up for the loss to Orlando. No, it won't. Y'all touched on it last stream, but too many bigs giving Bam equal opportunity employment, getting work from way too many bigs. Yeah, he said we need to see that dog, and I think that's kind of the perfect way. Like, he's just, I don't know. Like, people want to scoff at the notion that he may be tired from what he did this year. It could be the All-Star break. Like, the All-Star game was his motivation. Like, you see, you're not getting Defensive Player of the Year, so you're not asserting yourself as much on the defensive end. You hang your head a lot more. What is going on with Bam Adebayo, Ant?
Yeah, people are acting like, it's only been a bad week or so that Bam's had, but it's been since the All-Star break, which I don't know if people realize was already almost a month ago. That's a pretty large chunk of the season that, for me, is enough to say, hey, maybe there is some concern with Bam Adebayo. Maybe he's not who we thought he was. in the earlier stages of this year, because certainly from an effort standpoint, after the All-Star game, he seems to have lost a lot of that. Maybe that was one of his goals this year, and then he got it. And now that he sees he's not in running for Defensive Player of the Year, he sees this team is locked into play-in, maybe he doesn't care anymore. And I don't think that's crazy to say, because we see him getting beat off the dribble every single night by bums like, well, I was going to say like Markelle Fultz, but he's not a bum, but guys that should not be beating Bam off the dribble. We've seen that every single night. And then even plays like tonight, when he is picking, there's a wide open roll to the basket, he's just not doing it. Maybe it's because he's expecting not to get the ball because they do miss him so many times, but that's not a good enough excuse for me. That play that Stone highlighted about the travel was one that I wanted to bring up, because that was some pussy footwork by him. He goes up soft continuously in the paint when he's the biggest, strongest guy in the court. Take a power dribble, go up and dunk on their head. He doesn't do that enough. The 2-minute spurt he had this game where he did pop off, he put his head down, got to the basket, and had layups and and ones. Guess why? Because nobody can guard him. To Jess's point, I think his lack of shot attempts is on him, because nobody out there can guard him. You about to be the star player, you want to be the guy, demand the ball. Demand the ball, put your head to the basket, and when you get the ball in the paint, if you get the ball in the post, do a drop step, go up and dunk on their head. Enough of this, mid-range stuff every single time. You're the biggest, strongest guy in the court. Act like it.
Yeah, to your point about his defense, I don't even think Markelle Fultz was the most egregious one in there. I think that Wendell Carter Jr. drive on that baseline was kind of like the one that had motherfuckers like, what the fuck is going on here, bro? Like that's something that is uncharacteristic. And even to the tired point, I don't forget who I heard say it, but I saw it on the timeline or something like, Bam not giving a fuck about a season has not been in his character. Like that's not something that we've ever seen from him, no matter how bad the season has gotten. We've never seen him kind of like hang his head and like pack it in, which is I'm not sure if he's packing it in. I'm not sure if there's an injury there that we don't know about, but it feels a lot like he's saying, fuck it. Jess, where are you landing on Bam Adebayo's play? What do you think the cause of it is?
I just don't think it's that, like, I don't know if maybe it's just us and, we get called this like overly pessimistic, whatever network,
Yeah.
right? But like, why right now would he decide that this season's a wash? This has been ass for months. I mean, months. Like, so this is not like the time that he would just say, okay, I mean, there's like 15 games left. Like, it just wouldn't make sense to me. And like, I honestly think that he's just in a slump. Like I tweeted about this earlier, and I think, like I said, it's like this unfortunate coincidence. It's like right after the All-Star break. I don't think he's the type of guy that's like, oh, I'm an All-Star, so like I'm done. Like I don't believe that, nor do I believe he's saying like screw it now, because Jimmy at the end of the day kind of looked like he was saying screw it at one point, and then he was kind of like, all right, whatever, let's just finish it out. But like, I don't think it's that. Like, honestly, I just think what I think about Bam, and I think his biggest flaw is that he's not mentally tough. And I feel like, I think he's in his head. I think he had a couple crappy games, which is normal for anyone. And you get in your head and it's hard to get out of a slump like that. And again, like I said, I'm no expert, but I played for a long time. And like, those slumps are for real. Like if you Ben Simmons to the extreme, but like the mental part of the game is a lot. And I just feel like he's just going through a really rough patch, and it's been weeks already, like Ant said. So it's not like a bad couple games. It's a long stretch, but he needs to snap out of that, because at the end of the day, like I was saying, like this guy is super dominant. He could do it every game, what he does, the way he gets to the basket. He can hit that mid-range all day. But the thing he struggled with the most is confidence and being aggressive, like we've always talked about. And like I felt like he was really showing that towards the beginning of the year and even through like the middle of the season. But I don't know what happened now. I don't think it's him giving up on the season necessarily, and I don't think he's like settling because he's an All-Star now. But I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know.
TJ, I got a question for you, brother. Do you think that it's a coincidence that Bam's kind of regression is lining up with Jimmy's being more aggressive? Like, is there some causality there? Like Jimmy's style of basketball when he's on doesn't really warrant much passing or much getting other people involved. It's I'm finna go to the free throw line, I'm finna get this shit off. Like, is there any cause and effect going on there?
Hey man, I'm gonna let you know you're very good at what you do, Royal. That's the point I was gonna bring up, bro. Like, I think it's a combination of things. I think Bam's just not there mentally. Like, you can just tell, bro. He just checked out. It's little stuff that he's just not doing, and it's so frustrating, bro. Like, he just not rolling when he's supposed to be rolling, and they don't give the boy the ball half half the time anyway. And then when they finally do decide to give him the ball, it's in a situation where he just doesn't decide to do what he's supposed to do, what he always does, like little stuff like that, man. And then you mix that with a combination of Jimmy, being backpack Jimbo, and it's very hard when Jimmy is doing the thing, right? It doesn't make teammates better. It's not getting teammates involved. It's kind of just Jimmy just doing the Jimmy thing, Jimmy isolation, and it's just working, right? It's not Bam's typically in the same area, so you just move him to the dunker spot. They're not feeding him the ball anyway. That's just not how Jimmy operates when it comes to Bam Adebayo. So it's just like Jimmy getting his stuff off and Bam just going through the motions. And you go through the motions enough, you go through the motions for 3 quarters. That's why you're getting beat off the dribble by from Checo, whatever the hell the boy name is. Like you getting beat off the dribble by Wendell Carter Jr. and just it don't matter, bro. Like it's not typical Bam that we're seeing, man. He's just doing dumb stuff over and over and over again. Dumb turnovers over and over again. Like just it doesn't make any sense, man. Yeah, he did have the game-saving block. That's cute and all, bro. But like if you were bad for 47 minutes, and then the last minute or whatever you want to get the block, like that's cool. That's great. You say the game, but also you were putrid for the rest of the game. So, bro, I don't know, man. He just looked checked out. He don't look there. He looks like he's just going through the motions, and he, like Jess said, he need to figure it out. He need to snap out of it, bro, because this team needs it. Regardless of how we feel about it, me personally, I don't care about this team, making the playoffs or anything like that, but they seem to care. They seem to care a whole lot. Jimmy's obviously been backpack Jimbo for 3 straight games now. They care about the playoffs. They want to be good. They want to make it. They want to make some noise, bro, and they need Bam to be good in order to do that, and it's not a good time for him to be checked out.
That boy Ed Donato spitting in the comments. I just felt like I should illuminate this but yeah, bro, like it's really like it really is like frustrating to deal with this whole Bam thing, bro, because for all the reasons that you guys are listing, but primarily because like you said, bro, Jimmy is gearing up for a playoff push, bro. And if we're serious about any type of like getting in there and doing something, like not me personally, no, this season is headed exactly where the fuck I thought it was heading. So like I'm not surprised by the outcome, but you saw like them have a chance to kind of change the narrative on what this season was, and this was the opportunity to do it. And Bam just kind of fucking up, fumbling the bag. But we kind of led into Jimbo. Go ahead.
And real quick, this Jimmy fault too. Why the hell you wait until March to want to really play basketball? They could have had chemistry going and playing off each other far before this point, and maybe we wouldn't be having these issues now.
That's something that people are not like taking into account. Like people are talking about, has this team failed Jimmy or whatever? Like that's not a shot. That's an actual like subject matter that's going on on Twitter. Like, have the Heat failed Jimmy Butler this season? Well, Jimmy failed them at the beginning of the year. Like, we were literally talking about, like, Jimmy needs to be playing. And I think, and I'm going to start with you because I think you're one of the people who was like, I want Jimmy playing throughout the course of the season. When some of us like, fuck it, I don't care what he do. I'll wait to the playoffs. But, like, that type of shit matters at this point now. Like, bro, like, everybody around him is playing different. So, and like, I mean, are you happy that Jimmy's kind of bringing this around after – what he did for the majority of the season? Or are you like, or is the conversation now about this team needing to help Jimmy Butler aggravate it?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's certainly both because since he stepped up, no one else has done shit. But and I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. To me, just that's still that band play where he was in the paint and traveled. That's the epitome of him. He has no footwork inside the paint whatsoever. But that's another story. But I mean, yeah, I'm happy because I'm taking the mindset is better late than never. But for a guy and myself who's certainly very rarely critical of Jimmy, I was very critical of him for that earlier this year because it was all fun and games last year when you want to take games off, when you have Max Strus and Gabe Vincent shooting 40% from 3 and the bench could carry you. But this year we saw a couple months into the season that wasn't going to be the case. We saw Jimmy take games off, and I was critical of that because there's no point in saving for playoff Jimmy if you're not going to make the playoffs, which now they're all but locked into a play-in spot. So that's no guarantee that they're going to make the playoffs. And the part that aggravated me even more is they went into Boston. They got to win. After the game, they asked Jimmy, what does he expect for this team? He says, I expect a championship. And then he went out the next night in Detroit, took like 4 shots, looked like he didn't give a damn on the defense side of the ball at all. And then they lost to the worst team in the league. So for a guy that talks as much as he does, who wants to walk off the court like he did yesterday, Jimmy, you've only been looking like you've carried every single game for about a couple weeks now for me. But still, better late than never. So I'm not going to get on him for not trying and then also get on him when he does try. So I'm glad he's showing up.
But it's a fair point to make, bro. Like, it's the way that the fans think. Like, now, like during the earlier season when Bam's doing it, then people are just kind of like, oh, we'll come around or whatever, still optimistic. Now everybody bringing pitchforks and like torches to Bam's door when he doesn't play well for 11 games. And Jimmy Butler spent 50% of the fucking season not playing. Just how do you feel about what Jimmy's doing versus kind of like the lead up to this?
Yeah, I'm like somewhere in the middle on this because like on the one hand, like, you know, I think it's an extreme statement. Like, did we fail Jimmy? But it's like, it's all about like managing our expectations. And if you were realistic and took like an objective look at this team at the beginning of the year and watched what other teams did, you knew championship talk is ridiculous. You knew even being like, you weren't so sure about where you'd end up, but some of us said we'd make the playoffs. Some people were saying we wouldn't. Like, I always thought we'd make the playoffs. I didn't know exactly where. But look, he to me is not somebody that wants to take over games. He doesn't want to have the most points on the court. He doesn't care about that. I think he's always shown that. It's just not his game. He's capable of it, and that's why he's so amazing, because he can do that when he wants to. But also it's like, that's not like, he's not a look to score first. Like, we always talk about how he makes people around him better. And so when he's put in the position where now it's like do or die, are we going to make a play-in game? Are we going to get through a round of the playoffs? Like, he knows that he has no choice but to do that. And it's, again, it's not the first thing that he wants to do, but he is capable of it. But at the end of the day,
that's the dance that we're doing. If he had been this version of himself earlier in the season, would we have been in a better position to the point where we wouldn't have to be in a play-in game?
Maybe. And here's why. It's like, we could say all we want, like, oh, Jimmy, when he wants to, could drop 30 a night. But that's not necessarily the case either, because that's not the case for any basketball player. Unless you're like, you know, the top 5, like top 10, like, you can't consistently have these like incredible games. And we have no bench. We have no help. We have no one that can come off the bench and give us an offensive spark. Like, we know that if Bam and Jimmy and Tyler, a combination really of the 2 of the 3, don't have a good game, like, we're not winning that game unless you have some crazy game that from Gabe Vincent, from Caleb Martin, from one of these guys that don't do that consistently. And so, like, look, could Jimmy have put in more effort? Absolutely. I'm not defending him. Like, towards the beginning of the season, he could have played more games. He could have put in more effort. I don't think he necessarily says, I'm going to eat shit all year until it's like the couple games before the playoffs, I'm going to turn it up. I don't believe that about him. I think that he's not always looking to score, and he started to realize, if I don't do this, like, it's not going to happen without me doing this, you know, like, and he doesn't have enough. This team doesn't have enough. He doesn't want to have to do that every night. And listen, I get it if Bam doesn't want to have to do that every night either. And he's the one that really was solid throughout the entire year. Like, we could only really say that about Bam up until now, which, again, I don't know, but look, maybe he's tired of carrying the team too. Like, I don't know what it is. I can imagine you get maxed out. It's a long season. Like, it's frustrating at some point to not really have help and not be able to have an off night. But he knows the standards that we have for him, the whole organization. He knows what he has to do. So yeah, I think he could have started earlier in the year. And like, I don't know what's this like switch off now with Bam and whatever. Maybe it's because Jimmy's taking over, but they got to find a way to make that shit work. The 2 of them having good offensive games, because we can't afford to not have them both playing well. And I also just think it's a fucking travesty that we have Bam Adebayo on our team and we don't have any guards that can pass him the ball and set him up for easy buckets. It's like having the best wide receiver on your team and a shitty quarterback that can't throw. It's just like, why?
Man,
I'm done.
Man, Jesus Christ, Jess. DeMarco to you. God knows what franchise you're talking about that I might soon become a fan of. But goddamn, it do be like that sometimes. But also, them checks clear on that off night, Jess. That's how I be feeling. Them checks clear on that off night now. So when you decide to take a night off, that check don't take a night off. All right. And that we pay you to every night that you are healthy to come out here and be the best version of yourself. And that goes for everybody. We don't always get it, so I know that's a natural part, but I'm just saying, like, that's why the conversation is so weird. Stone, as one of the more adamant, I saw you, TJ, but I need to go to Stone first. Stone, as one of the more adamant Jimmy Butler defenders, go ahead, bro. Like, how's this working out for you? Wait, let me read this dono first before I forget it. I want to thank JGB Respect with the $4.99 dono. He said, starting the season with a masterpiece from DeRozan and expecting a leap from undrafted players, had to know we were going to be in this position. Hey, brother, you've been here with us for a long time, JGB Respect. You heard the words. You know what was said here. Stone, where are you on this Jimmy Butler thing, bro? Like the half-assing it for a lot of the season and then coming on strong late?
Yeah, I'm not with it, Royal. I don't buy this argument at all. He showed up in Philadelphia mid-season, okay? So he only had 40 games, not 4 years with Joel Embiid. He only had 40 games with Joel Embiid. You know how many points Joel Embiid averaged? 26.6. It's up to Bam, who's been playing with all-star Jimmy Butler for 4 years, to figure out how to fucking play off of him. It's up to him to figure out how to get his feet set in the paint, how to roll off Jimmy, how to set screens for Jimmy. Like, these are all on Bam, okay? It's not Jimmy's fault. Like, we're going to talk about this rhythm and flow thing. It's not Jimmy's fault that Bam screens for Max Strus and Tyler Herro, and then Jimmy can't get a pick and roll. He clears out, he plays iso ball. I get all that. I think the biggest issue with their chemistry is Jimmy likes to slow the game down, and Bam has turned into what seems like only a fast break player. It's the only place he still looks confident and comfortable, catching lobs on fast breaks. Everything else is a mess, and I'm just not going to buy the argument that it's because Jimmy took nights off. Yeah, that has an impact on the team. Sure, I get that. I get all of that. But he's showing up when it matters. That to me is what I care about.
But Stone, comparing Bam Adebayo to Embiid is nasty, bro. That's a completely different skill set there, bro. Like, I can't let you get away with that, bro. You can't. It doesn't translate the same. Like,
we were acting like it a month ago. He was hitting those step back shots. I mean, he tricked me. I now have high expectations for Bam. He tricked me. That's fair, my whole thing.
That's fair. He was effective in his own way. He does lead the league in paint points. So that should mean something in moments. Like, he should be able to get shots off. But we know a lot of that is circumstantial, bro. I can't go as far as to say because Embiid did it, Bam should be able to do it. Like, there's also a lot else going on around that team that helped that happen. TJ, wrap us up on this conversation, bro. Like, what's the problem here, bro?
Yeah, I'll try to be quick. I feel like we've gone long on this topic, but man, it's a stylistic thing, man. When early in the season, when Bam was doing the thing, bro, they played a completely different style of basketball. They were screening for Bam, trying to get him on mismatches and get him lobs and get him right to his spots where he want to be. And Jimmy was, I don't want to say Jimmy was playing like a role player, but in terms of the way they ran their offense, it wasn't Jimmy ISO. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, that's a completely different style than what they're playing now, whereas now it's Jimmy ISO and Bam just got to find his, where before they were running stuff for Bam to get Bam in the spot. So now Bam got to go get his own. And he's been getting his own all season, but they were going out of their way to make sure that, okay, first play of the game, we running for Bam Adebayo to get Bam going early. And that's not being done anymore. It's more so. You said what? All right.
I said this
Fernando Lopez. You need to be timed out for the rest of the stream.
You need to be flogged.
Jesus. But yeah, man, it's a different style of ball, man, that they're playing from what they were playing early in the season. And it's not all just, well, Bam just has to be better and Jimmy has to be better. The reason that Jimmy missing games and being in and out the lineup and not, being who he is now is because it's a different game, man. They're playing a different style. And it's hard to just completely flip the switch from who you were to what you want to be now with Jimmy Butler. Like, for example, the Clippers, when Kawhi is out there, it don't matter when Kawhi plays, bro. They run Kawhi, ISO, PG, ISO, and wow. Kawhi, ISO, PG, ISO, and they play off of that when that don't change regardless of if Kawhi misses 30 games, if he misses 2 games. They don't ever, whenever he's in the lineup, that's how they play, and it's been different when Jimmy can miss time, but when Jimmy comes back, it's not all of a sudden, oh, now we're going to run Jimmy ISO. That's not how it was early in the season versus how it is now. So that's where it ain't, That's where it ain't adding up, man. And they gotta figure it out. Well, it's too late to figure it out. And I want to stop. That's the fucking issue with this team, bro. We don't know what they are. They've played 87 different styles of basketball this year. Y'all remember when Bam Adebayo used to catch lobs? Y'all remember that? Do y'all remember when they used to run isolations for him? Do y'all remember when Tyler Herro was off the ball? Like, y'all remember all of that? Do y'all remember when Kyle Lowry was
y'all remember the Tyler Herro pick and roll? The Tyler Herro and Bam Adebayo pick and roll was our best offense.
Best offense. Y'all remember that? That was this year, bro. We have no idea what this team is, and that is the completely encompassing. I don't even know what to say anymore. That's the entire Miami Heat season mixed up into one. Because what the hell is this? We don't know, bro. They got Kevin Love out here just doing stuff. He don't even want to make shots no more. He make 2 buckets, and all of a sudden he throwing up heat checks. Like, what is this team, bro? What is this team, bro?
I think that's beautiful, and like that's the best way to put it. Like they do not have an identity. They have not had one all season, and they're not going to find one magically in time to like make some miraculous playoff run. They don't know what they want to do from game to game, from possession to possession. Like that's just the reality. You don't know who fits well together. They've been trying every combination of player that they can get out there. Y'all do realize we are trotting Kyle Lowry off the bench after he started every game for us since he's played for us. That is an adjustment for everybody on this team to play with him coming off the bench. It would have been an adjustment for him to be back with the starters because he and Gabe play 2 different styles of basketball. Like, and that changes how you have to play. Like, that is factoring into this team not being able to do what they want to do. Thank you. I mean, this is culture. No, the fuck it's not. This is not. So we haven't got to several role players, so I'm gonna let each one of you pick a role player. Don't pick the person that somebody before you pick. Jess, we're gonna start with you. Pick your role player, talk about them really quickly. Then we're gonna go into predictions for the next game.
I'm gonna say very quickly, even though Vic only had 11 points, I felt like they were important points, and I think he had a decent impact on the game. He's always gonna play tough D, and that one step back 3 was really nice. I gotta give it to him. That was beautiful. But I mean, Vic, like, it's tough for me. I just wish we could get like consistent, like good games from him. I really do root for him like more than a lot of the other guys on this team. Like I really just want to see him do well. And we also have to manage our expectations with him. And like, he's so inconsistent. Some nights he looks just like burnt. He looks like he can't do this anymore. Some nights he looks good again and has these sparks, so. But I thought he was decent tonight. I don't think he played a ton, but I thought he had a decent impact when he did. So
Vic is kind of one of those microcosm players that like embodies what the team is, because at this point he's a 3-point shooter in his mind. So when Vic makes threes, he looks good. When he doesn't make threes, he looks like ass. And that's just kind of the way that his season has gone. Bam Adebayo is decked to pick me with a Planet Fitness membership. At Donato, we're gonna ban your ass from the comments for a few minutes. You need to be paused. Don't do it, Justin. Do the thing. So Ant can't comment. Ant, pick a role player, talk about him.
Yeah, I'll make it quick, all right? Shout out Duncan Robinson. He made as many threes as he usually does. And I'll talk about Haywood Highsmith, too. Somebody earlier, I don't know who commented it, but they say, why not play Highsmith over Strus? That's an easy answer because Highsmith is just as ass as Strus. So that's all, guys.
He's worse. He's worse than Strus. Haywood Highsmith sucks at basketball. And it makes me throw up in my mouth whenever somebody wants to play him. Jess. Stone, pick a role player, talk about him.
This is like my least favorite thing to do. They're all just so bad. Like, I guess Caleb Martin's been giving them run, but honestly, what I'm going to focus on is Omer Yurtseven. If he can give me 11 minutes and only 2 fouls, that's the bar I'm setting for him. If he can get me that every night, I'll have way less beef with him. Just 11 minutes of run, so Bam can sit down and breathe for a couple minutes. He's been playing just crazy minutes. And so if you can give me 11 to 15 minutes and only foul twice in that span, you'll be one of my new favorite role players. So that's all I'm expecting from Omer Yurtseven. And anyone expecting more than that is out of their fucking mind.
I expect Omer Yurtseven to hold down the fort until our favorite substitute teacher, Mr. Z, gets back into uniform, because that is my backup center, and I don't give a fuck about Omer Yurtseven. Like, to be honest with you, a boy can kick rocks fucking around. Mr. Z is my backup center. Thank you, Alex Campbell with the $4.99. Don't know. He said to TJ point, we had Cody Zeller shooting a 3 last game. Hey man, Mr. Z can do no wrong.
Let my man
receives no slander on this program. He receives no slander on this program, my brother. That was the greatest edition of the season because we didn't do nothing else. TJ, pick your role player and talk about them tonight.
I can't believe he's lasted to me. Let's talk about Nnamdi. Nnamdi, he had one of them games that he has once in the blue moon where he looks like Damian Lillard for a half of basketball. So thank you, Gabe Vincent, for having that performance. We wouldn't have won without you. Honestly, wish you didn't do it. And then he's gonna next game he's gonna shoot 1 for 3 from the 3-point line. Have a total of 6 points. But thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate your contributions. We won't see it for many moons, probably until the next season when you get signed here for maybe $11 million per. So thank you, sir.
Want to thank our boy George with the 2 boomerang bucks. TJ looks exhausted. It's load management time, Royal. Hey, bro, we appreciate that, George, bro. We appreciate the crikey coins. I don't know what to call Australian currency, bro. I know I got kangaroo bucks, but I like crikey coins and I like boomerang bucks too. So we're gonna stick with them 2 for a little while. I'm glad you think you were surprised. I'm glad my role player made it to me. Tyler Herro, you need to be benched, brother. you need to be benched. Who you said needed a Rosetta Stone? Listen here, Taiwan is looking for you. Dwight Howard has had a resurgence of a career over there. You should take your fucking ass over there and resurge with him. I am sick of Tyler Herro being on this roster. I am so happy that everybody on this timeline is starting to get sick of him with me, except for Scott Defass, but nobody cares what Scott thinks anyway. Daryl, you either. I don't care what y'all think. Tyler Herro is ass. He was 5 of 16 tonight, 16 shots for 18 points, and he needed 6 free throws to get there. So take away his 6 free throws, that bitch had 12 points on 16 shots. Just throwing that information out there for y'all edification. All right? Y'all can call me a hater. I don't care. I really don't. You can block me on Twitter. I still don't care. You can unfollow me on Twitter. I still don't care. He's still going to be a high trending towards mid-level role player when y'all get finished doing all that goofy shit. Come see me, bitches. Ha 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 ha! I was right. It is what it is. Darius Jordan with the 2 porn bucks. Hey, yo, Def, he is. It's well known that Scott can't hear. It's well known. He used closed captions on this video right now. He's reading my lips. Read my lips. Wong Dong Tigers. Read that. I don't give a fuck about what Scott be talking about, bro. Like, he be trying. That boy has no idea what's going on right now. Confused as fuck. Alex Campbell with the $1.99 donor. He said, take Jimmy free throws away, Royal. You can't. That's Jimmy Cain. Jimmy James Harden Butler. Be out. He's a free throw merchant, bro. We already know that. Let's get to this next game before we get canceled out here by the ASL community that Scott's a member of, or whatever fuck that shit. We got Memphis. We got Memphis. The boy Jock Glizzy already in Florida, in the rehab center, wherever he at, target practice. I don't know, but we got the Memphis Grizzlies and evil Michael Porter Jr., Dylan Brooks coming in. Stone, the boy feeling good?
Yeah, Dylan Brooks is exactly the type of player this team needs to run into. I hope he just bothers everyone in all sorts of ways, and then maybe some of these guys will stop playing like complete jackasses. I think it's another rough game for your favorite role player. They got a lot of, their coach is smart, and they've got a lot of weapons for him to use to just make 14's life a little extra hell next game. I don't see him having a good game. We're going to need backpack Jimbo. He delivered tonight. I think he delivers again. And I think without Ja, they somehow squeak out like just a really ugly looking win.
That boy Daniel Rutledge say Memphis by 70. Cook. Oh, wait, hold on. Memphis by 80. You cooking. Ja Wick by 90. Hey, man. Y'all getting there. Y'all getting around to the score. Donato, the boy feeling good?
I love how you said we need to move on before we get canceled, and then you say John Moran's doing target practice down in Florida, man. You got Amaya behind the camera laughing too when you talk about deaf people. She over here cracking up because she likes the dark humor.
Listen, bro, I'm uncancelable, bro. Like they can try to cancel me, bro. I'm gonna rise from the ashes like a fucking phoenix every time, bro. They can't.
I don't doubt it.
Listen,
December 2nd, 2021. The Memphis Grizzlies, without Ja Morant, beat the Oklahoma City Thunder by 73 points. I look for that record to get broken on Wednesday.
That's the end of it. Okay, Jeff, the girl feeling good.
Okay, look, I mean, guys, they got all right. Bane's good. Dylan Brooks has been on one lately, but he's all right. I mean, they got Defensive Player of the Year, Jaren Jackson over there. So, I mean, I think it'll be close. We got to play some defense. Like they're an offensive team. Obviously, they take a big hit without John there, but I still think they're halfway decent. They've been giving some teams to work without Ja. So, I don't know. I don't know what to expect from this team. Like you guys said, if we get Jimbo and we get a decent Bam game and maybe Tyler goes 10 for 20 and we might be all right.
George, go practice with Scott, bro. He can teach you the finer details of how to do it. The boy Darius Jordan with the $5 dono said next game of Jimmy Butler tryout. Shams reporting. I don't know, but if you remember though, just to your point, the Grizzlies were solid last year without Ja. Ja missed a couple of games last year, and they were still winning. So they know how to play without him. And to your point, they haven't lost very much steam since he's been out. TJ, the boy feeling good?
Hey man, Ant, you was spitting, man. You was all in my bag. Prepare the courts for massacre. I know I usually say it's Tyler Herro who's getting cooked, but at this point, with his recent performances, we're changing it up a little bit. We had Mark Williams give him work. We had Wendell Carter Jr. give him work, and then we had Simone Fontecchio give him work. So Xavier Tillman currently has 26 and 26 on Bam Adebayo's head. He is going to get crazy work next game. I hope y'all are prepared. No, JJJ, he's way too high level. We got to go low level when it comes to Bam because anybody can cook him at this point. So it's going to be Xavier Tillman next game. Post game will be legendary. The slander will not stop. Employee 13 is in full effect. Also, if you have seen his badge, please return it to the main office. He does not work here any longer. Please, we're looking for Bam Adebayo. We haven't seen him in weeks, months, days even. So let me know if you do see him. We haven't seen him for a while. But yeah, the Memphis Grizzlies are going to blow these boys out. It's not even going to be funny what's going to happen. Hopefully. Well, we say that, and it's going to end up being a 3-point loss anyway. So who knows?
So TJ changed the script from employee 14 getting cooked, and I'm finna change it back. Because that boy is getting 75 dropped on his head by Desmond Bane. The boy gonna look like the new age Kobe out there. And why y'all looking for employee 13 badge too? Because we haven't seen enough of him. We've seen too much of employee 14. We know exactly where he is, and we know exactly where the fuck he should be. So we gonna go ahead and we gonna put him in his proper dwellings soon. The fuck enough. As for the rest of that shit that they talking about, cap. He about to blow that shit out. Fuck is you talking about? I don't get it, bro. How can y'all expect Bam Adebayo to play 12 consecutive ass games? It's not happening, bro. It's not happening, bro. Defensive Player of the Year, Jaren Jackson Jr. probably already got 3 blocks in the books because that statistician fraud as fuck. But in real life, boy is not touching Idris in that game, bro. I got to have hope for my boy. I have to. Because everybody losing faith, brother. Everybody losing faith. Bam, I believe, bro. I believe that he's still in there. I'm talking about pre-All-Star break round. He's still in there somewhere. Find him, please. Find him. We ain't never had no box big enough to pack your motherfucking ass up in since we've been doing this. But I'm going to Home Depot to search. If you keep playing like this here, bro, I will be shipping your motherfucking ass first class USPS if we don't tighten this shit up, man. We need that. Backpack Jimbo, too many games in a row. Can't expect it again. So I'm looking for us to win this game against the Memphis Grizzlies, but I'm looking for Bam to be the one to carry us. I expect nothing from 14 ever. I'm hearing music in my ear, bro. I don't know if y'all hearing that too.
Yeah, they got copyright.
Don't you see me on a hustle? Where you at? I ain't shit. I was on my third dance. Right now, nigga, what you think I can just run up in here and snap my fingers and make these motherfuckers throw their money at me? Hey, bitch, watch your mouth. Nigga, I ain't even made payout yet.
Walk that trick. 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 Walk that trick.
Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door.